Hello, this is video log 8 on the 11th of September 2017. I'm filming here because I wanted to show you my little houseplant collection. I've got a collection of succulents all on this windowsill, and actually this one is about to flower. But the reason why I keep succulents is because I think keeping houseplants can make a big difference to your mood when you're stuck in the house all day, and these plants are ones that don't die if you forget to water them, because they're designed for a dry environment. So if I have a bad spell of my illness and I ignore them for a few weeks, there they are, still growing. I've also got some ivy here. I just like ivy. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about today is the amount of sort of paperwork and admin work that you're expected to do as a person with disabilities if you want to be able to access the disabled services that are on offer. So recently, for example, I've spent a lot of time filling in a student finance application to prove that I have a disability, and they've asked me to send evidence 3 or 4 times now, and they still don't seem to have managed to understand what my diagnosed conditions are, so I'm going to have another go at that one. And I've done my blue badge application and I'm waiting to hear back more about that one. There's a lot of other things, you know, your PIP application, which is, you know, a really long-winded process, and I'm in the process of sort of questioning mine before I start an appeal if I have to. Hopefully I won't, but we'll see. And then there's all the calls you have to make to doctors and secretaries to chase up things like referrals that they've said they'll do and then you haven't received them. So today I've been chasing up a referral to the NHS wheelchair assessment service, because the wheelchair I use at the minute is one that I bought for around £100. It was sort of what I could afford at the time. It's just a simple black wheelchair with the self-propelling wheels, and the seat is just a thin piece of fabric. So this wheelchair is extremely uncomfortable when I'm being pushed around outside and I go over sort of bumps or pop. Hi, sorry, I seem to have got cut off there. So as I was saying, my wheelchair is very uncomfortable, and now, as I've got the problem with my shoulder, which you can see is, you know, still tilted, although my head seems to have got a bit straighter from the physio, I also can't turn the wheels myself, so it means that I've got to rely on Jamie to push me absolutely everywhere, which isn't going to work when I'm starting this university course, because I can't just have, you know, my carer hanging around the whole time. So anyway, I was supposed to be, the neurologist promised to refer me to the wheelchair service back in June, but it turned out she didn't fill in the right form. Then she went off on maternity leave, and I've been making phone calls and chasing this for the last 3 or 4 weeks and gotten nowhere. So today I've sent a complaint to PALS, they're called, which is the patient liaison service at the hospital, and they're sort of the intermediate step between, you know, just trying to sort things yourself and a formal written complaint. So I've asked them if they can contact the neurology department at the hospital and just get them to just fill in the form so that I can get this wheelchair assessment, because I need a powered wheelchair, and with all these fuck-ups I don't think I'm going to get it in time for my course, but you know, I still need one, and I'm still trying. So I think it's really unfair the amount of admin and long forms you're expected to fill in as a person with a chronic illness or a disability, because one of the things about having a disability is that it makes it much more difficult to do that sort of thing. And I'm very fortunate to have my mum as well as Jamie living with me to help me with these things. Otherwise I'd have gotten nowhere. We do always seem to manage to get things sorted in the end, but it's months of stress, months of looking through old hospital notes, looking for the specific piece of evidence that they want, you know. It's almost a full-time job just to do the admin required to get access to the disabled services that you need as a disabled person. So yeah, that's one of the big problems that I've had, and I've been disabled for at least 3 years now, possibly longer depending on your definition, and I don't see any of the paperwork slowing down or going away. It just seems that as soon as you solve one thing, something else pops up. If I hadn't kept such a meticulous record of all my doctor's notes, I'd have no... Hi, sorry, my camera just seems not to be working today for some reason. Story of my life. Anyway, that's about it for today. But if you can support someone with a disability to do some of this admin stuff, and if you're able to help them, I'm sure they'll really appreciate it, because it's so difficult. So, bye bye for now. Speak again soon.